Hey guys, what's up? It's Galactic Girl back again with another video. It's a beautiful cold morning in the desert and I just thrifted this Calvin Klein jacket, so I'm feeling like $1,000,000. Today we're going to be talking about the garden of your mind, in a continuation to my last two videos where we talk about feelings and action, and now we're going to be talking about thoughts and how important it is to monitor your thoughts. So essentially your mind is a garden, and what seeds you plant are going to grow into big, beautiful plants. So, which is your life. And when you are young, you get taught things, and so the seed is very deep and the root of the belief of the idea is very deep. So sometimes it can take a long time unrooting a thought that you were programmed to think when you were a child. So for example, if you were programmed to think, hey, money doesn't grow on trees, then you're gonna be thinking money is hard to access, money is hard to find, and that you have to work really hard for money, which now we know is not necessarily the truth. We know that money can really spawn out of thin air. Money can always be produced like that, because we have taken the time to educate ourselves on the way the world really is, and we have chosen to learn things that are more beneficial to creating a more advantageous lifestyle that you want to be living. Of course, if you've never sought out that knowledge of new thoughts, then you'll probably still be watering the tree that you grew up with. So I hope this is making sense to you. But yeah, you really do want to be seeking out information and applying which information is useful to you in the garden of your mind. So, you learn a lot of things when you are growing up, and then when you grow out on your own and you learn to be an adult, you learn even more things. And a lot of things are going to be true, and a lot of things are going to be true relative to the context that they're in. And so that's why you kind of get to choose what thoughts you're going to be thinking. And that's why you need to be gardening the thoughts that you want to be thinking. Watering the thoughts that you want to be thinking. Because I personally, in my experience, have tried to avoid certain outcomes that I've been afraid of. Certain outcomes that I have been programmed to believe that might be my fate because of circumstances that I grew up with. And so I have watered these thoughts because, that's what I'm used to. And I've accidentally, manifested something in my reality because I've been watering the thoughts that I don't want to happen too much. And so a fear of mine manifested in my reality. And that's okay. Like, that's all right. I get through that challenge and, on to the next thing. It's part of the journey. But if I didn't water so much of those negative thoughts, wouldn't have given them so much energy, there's a chance I could have avoided falling into my fear that I didn't want to manifest. Who's to say, lots of things are factored in for why things happen, but again, it's more beneficial to be watering the thoughts and watering the dreams of what you want to manifest. So you are the gardener in your mind, and your mind is this beautiful garden, and you have the responsibility of tending to your garden and, you know, making sure no pests come and infiltrate your garden and start munching on your garden and lowering the vibration of your garden and, you know, creeping in doubt in your garden, causing sickness in your garden. Want to make sure there's no predators, no coyotes coming into your garden. You know, you have the responsibility of tending to your garden and watering the plants that you want to water, and also keeping out what you don't want to let in. So yeah, I like this imagery for this idea. I know I got a big gates on my garden right now. Nobody's getting in there. So I hope this helps. I hope you guys are well. Have an amazing day.